You're a monster.
What up? Adumusk here with a short tutorial on Diablo 3, the Eternal Collection, or Diablo 3 with any of the, the DLC packs. And I'm going to show you the methods I found for duplicating. So, for this method, actually two methods, you're going to need a partner. So, they don't necessarily have to do anything, you just need them to host the lobby. For one of them. The other one is done through the mailing system. So one of them is done through the lobby, and the other one is done through the mailing system. So you'll start out with a character that has the items on them that you want to duplicate. So, for example, I've created a character here that I've named Treasure Box, who is in fact full of treasure boxes. And so, what you want to do, start off with the character that you want, go to the person that's going to host for you, and then join them. Once you've joined them, watch in the top right corner for the loading screen, or for the save symbol. So you see it going in the top right corner there? Alright, so now I'm going to open up our inventory and go into my treasure boxes, and as quickly as I can, I'm going to drop everything. Now, before it saves again, we'll close out. Reopen. Now, it's always a good idea to back up your data beforehand, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. There are two different methods that you can back up your data to make sure that you don't lose anything, just in case you make any mistakes. So, once you're back in the game, make sure you got the character that you want to use again. Treasure box is the same guy. So, we're going to join back to the same person. And just to show that it works, we'll check our inventory first. See, all 60 of the 60 are still in there, so we still have everything. Plus, all 60 of those items are laying up here on the ground. Okay, so now before I go any further, let's back up. Mostly because this character doesn't have any more room. And secondly, I'm going to show you the other duplicated method. Okay, and we're going to join back to the same person, just to keep track of the things that we had there, because I'm going to pick them up before it's over with. Okay, now for this next method, we'll actually use the mailing system. And what you want to do, find an item that you want to duplicate. So let's say, what do I have on this? I have nothing on this character at the moment. So let's put something on this character to duplicate. Stash. Let's pick. We're only going to use one item, because for this particular thing, you can only duplicate them one at a time. So let's use. Let's use this OP sword I have over here. Professional Russian fast sword. Let's use this. Okay, so put this on my inventory. Then what I'm going to do, go to mail, go to create mail. I'm going to pick a person. Okay, once we've picked the person, we're going to add the item. Once we've added the item, hit send. On this confirmation screen, we're going to hit, on PS4, we're going to hit X and options at the same time. Now, I don't know this for fact, but I'm guessing this will also work for Xbox and whatever other type of platform that Diablo 3 is on. All you have to do is hit what is considered the pause menu and X at the exact same time, and you can only do this with one item at a time. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. So it sent the item.
I cannot do that.
And I still retained the item. And just to show you that it did, let me step back over here just a second. I'll be right back. And there we go. There's the item that I had just sent. And you can see we have 2 of them. Now that method, you can only send 1 item at a time. So, because what happens is when the mailbox actually glitches and it sends to the one person, it only sends them the top item. So if you do a whole list of things, say I did multiple things, they're only going to receive the top item. So for items, you only want to do them 1 at a time. But you can do that with anything, including resources. So you can send a person an endless amount of whatever resources you had, including the greater repeatance. This works with everything from treasure chests to weapons, armor pieces, shields. It also works with gems. One of the harder things that I've noticed. Now, keep in mind, I've only been playing a little over a week. But these puzzle rings seem to be extremely valuable, especially the legendary ones. Also, if you've got any power stones, like anything that you want to pull the powers from, I would get those items, put them on a character, and then extract them to create the powers that you want. Keep the items so that you get to keep 1 item, and that you also get to extract the powers from the item also. So with that, those are the 2 methods that I know of. I'm going to pick up all this junk on the floor and go home. So those are the 2 duplicating methods. While I pick these things up. After I pick these things up, I'll show you how to back up your data when you set up your character. So, firstly, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you have the items on the character that you want. You saw I just picked up all 60 of those. So I want to back this character up. I want to make sure that nothing happens to these characters. So, what I want to do, hit start, go to quit. You have to make sure that you quit in this game and that you see the loading symbol in the top right. Once that loading symbol is complete, just back on up, go to the title screen, then close your application. Once the application is closed, you're going to go over here to Settings. You're going to scroll down to Application Save Data Management. You're going to go to the Save Data in System Storage. That means that the save that's in your system currently. Now you can do this either one of these 2 ways. This one requires a USB stick, so pop a USB stick into your system. If you want to use this method, it'll still operate exactly the same way. I'm going to use the online cloud because I have PlayStation Plus, and you're allowed an infinite amount of storage for your save data in PlayStation Plus. So I'm going to use that. It'll take a moment for this because it has to retrieve your stuff from the cloud. With your USB stick, it'll be slightly faster. And then you just choose the data that you want to use. So this is the data that I just created. I'm going to upload it to the cloud. I'm going to overwrite my existing. And boom, I've created a backup. Now, if anything happens, if at any point in time anything goes wrong, you can either pull the data back out of your online storage just by selecting this and then download to system storage. Choose the data that you want to retrieve and replace it. That's just in case anything goes wrong. This is how you retrieve the data. So you want to make sure that you back up your stuff first, just in case anything goes wrong. And with that said, that's it for Diablo 3's duplication process. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you need to do. Let me know what you want to see next. Till next time, later.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few minutes, we'll be arriving at our next station stop in Philadelphia.
Let her hear what I've got to say, because you won't get it again.
You fucking bitch, move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
I'ma get a little crazy, but do you really think I give a fuck? I'ma give you one more chance, but if someone doesn't answer me, then I will be blind. Before I say goodbye,